Okay, cool. Okay, so Logan, so like I was saying, I have 6 classes to teach you martial arts. What I want to do is talk the school into letting me do a program that goes all year round so that we can train at least once a week. And the reason for that is because imagine I were trying to teach you the guitar. If I gave you 6 guitar lessons, you would know a little bit, but you couldn't actually play a song, and you couldn't actually like perform a song at a concert or for your family or anything like that. Well, it's the same with martial arts. 6 lessons isn't really going to be enough for you to like adequately defend yourself. But it's going to be enough for you to learn a little bit. Hi, Cheryl. And then it's going to be enough for you to learn a little bit. And then my hope is to inspire you to want to learn more. Basically to inspire you to become martial artists, just like someone who's teaching you to play the guitar might want to inspire you to become a musician, if that makes sense.
Hi, sorry.
No problem, yeah.
I'm just going to leave these. She's out sick. Kaylin is in here. No, I said you're in here. Kaylin is here. Isaiah's here. James is here. And Aubrey got on the bus by accident.
Oh no, okay. All right.
There is
Yeah.
one student. There's actually
Sure.
4 other students, but they're
Okay,
sick.
gotcha.
And one just crossed.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so they all have their names on them, so if you want to hand them out. So today.
Yeah, beautiful.
They
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
permission to be here.
Yeah, we'll
I just
go.
don't know that.
Sure, gotcha. Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll be good.
And Isaiah, I already gave his to his mom.
Okay, perfect. All right. So what my idea to do is for this class is to give you some knowledge when it comes down to martial arts and when it comes down to defending yourself. So we're going to kind of I'm going to try to touch on all the important things when it comes down to being a martial artist and being able to defend yourself. The other great thing that I would say about learning martial arts is it's kind of, does anyone here play video games? Yeah, okay, cool. So you know how when you play a video game and you get really good at it, right? Like you have your character or whatever and you get really good. Martial arts is kind of like the same thing. It's like first you play the game and you're not very good at it, your character's not very good at it, you fail a lot of the rounds or the levels or whatever, and then you start getting really good. Martial arts is the same thing, only you're developing yourself. The reason why I think martial arts is just like video games, only better, is because you're developing your own body. Like you're making your own body more flexible, you're making your own body more strong, and you're making your own body smarter. Like video games, you get good, but you just get good at the video game. If you do martial arts, like you get better in life, you know, you make yourself stronger, faster, more flexible, smarter, all of that good stuff. So let's start with some drills. We'll start with our warm-up. I think I've talked enough, so we'll start warming up. Let's go ahead and face the camera, because if we do all these techniques, when you do all these techniques, imagine that you're trying to teach somebody how to do it, because that way when you go back and you watch the videos, you can see what you're doing, and it'll help you like remember to learn what we're doing. So let's see, let's make, we'll face the camera. The first stretch that we're going to do is going to be, let me just show this and then we'll get into a nice line. So I'm going to bring my elbows in. We're going to pretend we're Muay Thai fighters. All right. So I'm going to bring my hands up like I'm blocking my face. And I'm going to keep my elbows in kind of like they're blocking my ribs a little bit. And then I'm just going to bring one knee up to meet my elbows and back down. And then I'm going to bring the other knee up and meet my elbows and back down. And so we're just going to do this 10 times. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, just like that. All right, so let's face the camera here, and we'll all just kind of try to get in a line, and we'll just face forward, elbows up, or hands up, elbows in. All right, and then our first knee up, 1. Other side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Okay, next drill. So the next drill, this is just to develop flexibility. So make sure that you have enough space that you're not going to kick the person next to you. And all we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands up, same thing, elbows in, hands up. We'll have one leg forward and one leg back. And this is called a stretch kick. It's only a kick meant to help your body learn to be more flexible. So you're just going to bring the legs straight up as high as you can and then back down. Yeah, really good. Okay, here we go. So we'll do 10. We'll do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. 9 and 10. Great. Okay, let's go other side. So same thing, fists up, elbows in, and then we're gonna do kick as high as you can and back down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, great. Okay, so let me demonstrate this one for you guys. So this next kick, make sure you're not gonna kick the person next to you. This kick is gonna come towards your leg and around. So it's gonna go like this. And again, I'll have my hands up, one leg forward, one leg back, and the leg's gonna go toward my other leg and then around real big like that, okay? Cool, same thing, just developing flexibility. All right, so face the cameras. Here, let me show you again just to make sure. So we're just gonna do 10 on the same side and then we'll do 10 on the other side. Just there. Okay, here we go, ready? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job, all right. Okay, 10 other side. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your hands up. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, great. Okay, next drill. This drill, the main reason I do it is to develop this stance. So this is called the horse riding stance. But we're also gonna learn a little bit about punching. So we'll drop into the horse riding stance, which is gonna be feet forward, squatting really low, back straight. I try to always have good posture. And the way I do that is I keep my chin level with the floor, and I imagine my head's being pulled up by an invisible string. So you see my back's really straight and I have good posture. Okay, so here we can go ahead and face again, but what we're gonna do is just, you see how I have one palm up and one palm down? We're just gonna punch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a good drill to start building the foundation of good punching, okay? So here we go, same thing, face the camera, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, back up, stretch your legs out. Good. All right, and back down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Okay, back up, stretch legs out. Good. And back down. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, back up. All right. Was that 3 or was that 2? That was 2? 3? That was 3? Okay, great. Okay, so we're done there. So the next drill, this drill, I'll explain more about it later, but this is how you defend a takedown. So when someone is like, the most classic way that someone tries to take someone else down, there are lots of ways to do it, but one of the most common is the double leg. Exactly. So the drill that we're gonna do is a sprawl, which is the defense to the double leg takedown. So this is how you defend when someone tries to go in and get your legs. You're gonna sprawl. So sprawl is a fun drill. I'm almost surprised I can still do it because I'm like 46 years old, you know? And this is something I did back when I was in high school. But, so what we're gonna do is what I call pepper step. So pepper step, we're gonna get back into this stance here, and this is pepper step. All right, good, okay. Now when I say sprawl, you're gonna kinda, I'll do this, just watch me. So you're gonna kinda jump up and hit your hands first. Hands, hips, and feet. So watch this, pepper step, sprawl. See how it's like the worm, like you're dancing, it's like, you know, when people do the worm, but it's hands, hips, feet, you keep your head up. And then when you get back up, just bring your feet to meet your hands. Right there and there, okay? So again, I'll do it one more time. Pepper step and sprawl. And back up, good. Okay, all right, so same thing. Try to make sure you don't land your feet off on the ground and hurt yourself. Try to make sure you don't hit the person next to you, but we're gonna do 5 of these. We can come in a little bit closer if we need to. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, pepper step, sprawl, back up. Pepper step, sprawl, back up. Pepper step, sprawl, back up. Pepper step, sprawl. And last one. Oh. Okay, awesome, good job. Okay, let's see, thank you. Will everybody, or actually no, just take a seat. Okay, so this drill is kind of fun. Pay close attention and then we'll do it together. So I'm gonna sit here with my knees kind of wide and my hands on my knees there. What I'm gonna do now is lean and post. And you see when I lean and post, I have one knee up, I have one knee down, and I have my hand down. I'm gonna take the other hand and block my face. Like if somebody were trying to kick me and punch me, I'm blocking my face. This bottom foot, I'm gonna slide behind me, like that. Behind me, I can just stand up. Yeah, so now, I'm gonna come, yeah, here, go back down. I'm gonna go to the hand and bring the leg back through. And then now I'll go other side. I'm gonna lean and post. See, I have my hand down, my knee up, blocking my face. And then this leg that's down just slides behind me. And I stand up. Yeah. And then back down to the hand, and then back through, and then other side. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Okay, so we'll do 10 together. Ready? 1. Back to the hand, leg back through. Other side. 2. Good. Back to the hand, leg back through. Other side. 3. Great. Back to the hand, leg back through. Other side. 4. Awesome. Okay. Other side. 5. Back through. Other side. 6. Great. Back through. 7. 8. Try to bring this leg really far behind you. 9. Back down. Back to the hand. Foot back through. Other side. 10. Okay, good, good. That was a little confusing for everyone's first time, but you did pretty good. So we'll just get better every class. Thank you. Okay, next drill. This one's pretty easy and kind of fun. So here I'm gonna sit with my knees wide again. I can put my hands on my knees, or this time I can tuck my elbows in. I like to do that with this one. So here, we'll take our left foot first and tuck it in, and then I'm gonna sit forward, like that. Yeah, and kind of like let that leg come out. Now I'm gonna pull the leg back in and go back down and bring it back out and bring the other leg here. And then we're gonna come up, bring it out again, back down, back through, back out. Okay, 10 of these. If you feel like you get lost or get confused, just stop, watch me, and then reset and start over and go slow. And don't worry about if you miss 1 repetition or 2 repetitions, just stop and reset. Okay, here we go, so we'll go together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, great. Nice. Very nice. Okay, let's see. So now let's go ahead and just have everybody kind of line up on the back row there. Yeah, just take a seat, like sit down towards the edge of the mat. And then may I use you, Pablo? Okay, so we're gonna do a drill that's for kind of, it's gonna be a partner's drill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect, we have even numbers. Good. Yeah, you guys can partner together. So here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a drill for a stomach exercise. So I'm gonna grab his hand. You see how my feet are by his head? And my head are gonna be by his feet, here. And then we grab our hands together underneath the legs. Now as I count, you're gonna lift your hips up and bring them over. Up and over, just like that. And I'll count to 20. All right, okay. Grab a partner. Yeah, Pablo, you go with her. Thank you. Okay, all right, grab a partner. Make sure you're got enough space. You're not going to kick each other. Yeah, come maybe in the middle over here, something. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Just lay down right there. Yeah. Yep, perfect. Yeah, so yep, you're good. Just lay down. Go ahead and lay down. But I'm going to pull you this way. I want to have your head closer to her feet. There we go. And go ahead and lay straight down. Okay, so you're going to grab her hand down here. There you go. The easy way to think about where to lay is make sure your hips and her hips are in the same spot. You see that? Okay, now go ahead and lay back and grab your hands together. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so same thing. Make sure your hip and his hip are in the same line. Right there, touching a little bit closer. There you go, right there. Okay, so now you bring your hand under, and you're gonna grab her hand here, okay? And you're gonna grab there, and you're good. Okay, so now when I count, start going over, switching sides, okay? Here we go, ready, 1, 2, 3, great job. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, good, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, great job. Okay, let's go ahead and line back up. All right, so let's see. Guys, something. So our class does have a commitment to nonviolence. Of course, if you ever had to defend yourself, I would expect you to defend yourself to keep yourself safe, right? But the philosophy of our training is a philosophy of nonviolence, and it's kind of actually in our logo. So if you see our logo, it's a snake eating its tail. And there's actually 2 snakes in there, and both snakes, the snake's eating its tail. So the snake eating its tail is called, it's an ancient symbol, and it's called the Ouroboros. And the Ouroboros symbolizes basically a journey of renewal. And so it's a process of, like, you could say it's a process of death and rebirth, but not like a physical death, more like a spiritual death. And what they mean is like when you train, like when you practice, remember how I said practicing like the guitar? So like when you practice, what you lose is your ignorance, right? Like before you didn't have skill. You didn't have any skill. So you started trying to play the guitar and you didn't have any skill and it didn't sound great. And then the more you learned, the more your ignorance died and knowledge was born in its place. So does that make sense? So that's really what, like I'll let you can pass this around so you can see the symbol there. So that's really what the Ouroboros symbolizes. It symbolizes you engaging in a process to destroy your ignorance by gaining knowledge, right? So you practice and you learn and you develop yourself. The reason there's 2 snakes in our logo, because to learn Jiu-Jitsu, you need a partner, right? So like if you were just learning the guitar, you could just do it all by yourself. But when you learn Jiu-Jitsu, you need somebody else to train with. You need a partner. So that's why in our logo, we have 2 Ouroboros intertwined with each other. So we do have a commitment to nonviolence. The reason that we're here in this class is to develop ourselves and make ourselves better. And the nice thing about that is when you develop yourself, A lot of times people don't pick on you. They actually did a study to find out like who bullies pick on. And what they did was they took a bunch of people who had committed crimes, who had picked on other people, who had assaulted someone. And they showed them images of people walking down the street. And they said, which people would you attack and which people would you leave alone, right? And in every case, the people that they said they would attack were people that didn't have confidence, that they seemed a little bit weak or they seemed a little bit scared. And that's really what it comes down to. When you train and you develop yourself in martial arts, you lose your fear about physical conflict. And when somebody who might want to be mean senses that you don't have that fear about physical conflict, they tend to leave you alone. So the nice thing is that if you train and if you develop yourself in martial arts, usually people can feel that on you without even having to know. They sense it and they leave you alone. So that's one of the nice ways that training in Jiu-Jitsu or training in martial arts helps you to defend yourself without even having to do anything. So long as you just show up and you train and you make yourselves better and stronger and smarter, there you go. All right, so now that I've told you about our commitment to nonviolence, I'm going to teach you some really dangerous stuff. All right, Pablo, can I use you? So let's see, I'll tell you what, can you all sit actually more over here in this corner? That way I can face the camera, and then when you watch the videos, because we have perfect, yeah, all right. We have a YouTube channel, so you can go on YouTube and you can watch this class, and you can watch what I taught you, and then that'll help you memorize it even better. So what I'm gonna show you is a choke. And this is the most dangerous choke in Jiu-Jitsu. This is, if you ever watch MMA, if you ever seen like the UFC, so this is probably the most dangerous move in the UFC. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Again, like I said, as far as like, try to only use these moves in class when you're practicing, only use these moves in our class and, if you ever like had to defend yourself. But here we go. So Pablo, actually, I'm gonna have you sit on the knees a little bit, like raise up, and then maybe face the camera too, so that we can get it good. Okay, so to do this choke, first thing that I need to do is get my arm around the neck. The important thing about having my arm around the neck is that I line up my elbow with his chin, okay? So I don't want my elbow here, and I don't want it way over here. I wanna line it right up with his chin. Okay, let's turn this way a little bit so you can see better. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do, so this lines up with the chin, and then this hand is gonna grab my own bicep right here, okay? Now, this hand, I wanna hide it behind his head. So they used to teach this move to grab it like this. But a lot of times if you grab the bicep here and you grab the back of the head like this, the person can reach back and he grabs your hand, reach up and grab my hand, and tries to pull it off, right? So, and they do it with both hands. So use both your hands and reach up, and he grabs this and he pulls it off, and then he tries to pull this one around. So now try to grab this one and then pull it back around. So they try to defend that way. So what I want to do to make sure that he can't defend is, so I line up the elbow with the chin, that's number one. I grab the bicep here, that's number two. This hand is going to come behind his head like that. So I'm like almost reaching my fingers towards my elbow there. Now when I squeeze, I'm gonna pull my arms towards my body, and the other very, very important thing is that I push my head into the choke. So what a lot of people do when they try to finish this choke is they get the neck, and they get the grip, and they come here, and then they lift backwards like that to try to choke. I can choke them that way, but it's not as effective. If I want this choke to be really effective and work really, really fast, then what I need to do is push my head forward into the choke. So when I squeeze, I'm going to push my head forward. I squeeze my arms, and then that's a very, very strong choke, okay? So two things I'll tell you. One, go slow, because I'm going to let you do this to each other. Two, make sure that as soon as your partner taps, you let them go. So as soon as they tap, you let them go. And what was the last thing I was going to say? I don't remember. Okay, we'll just go slow. So here, so arm lines up with the what? Elbow lines up with the, yeah, go ahead and say it one more time. Chin. Elbow lines up with the chin. My hand's going to grab my what? Bicep. This hand's going to go where? Hide behind his head and come all the way down to the elbow. Now I need to do what with my own head? I need to put my head into his head. And then I'm going to push as I squeeze. Okay, and you see I go slow, and as soon as he taps, I let go. Okay, all right. So another thing I want to warn you about. Sometimes when you practice chokes, your neck can be a little sore the next day. You can have a little bit of a sore throat. And it might make you feel like you're getting sick, but you're not getting sick. When you practice chokes, it can make your throat a little bit sore. So I just want to warn you. So if you wake up tomorrow and your throat's a little bit sore, you're not getting sick. It's just from today. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and grab the same partners that we were doing the drills with. Go slow, go slow. And you remember, you did everything really well, except turn the head this way and then make sure, put your head right here and now squeeze with your head too. There you go, good, good, okay. All right, so listen real quick. What I want you all to do is 5 and 5. Get 5 chokes and then switch and let the other person get 5 chokes, okay? Okay. Okay, go ahead, here we go, get 5. And I'll come around and check and make sure you're doing okay. All right, who's going first over here? Okay, you're going first. I'm going to help you out. So remember, arm around the neck, line up the elbow with the chin. So line up, remember, adjust your elbow to line up with the chin. Good. Now this hand is going to grab your bicep right here. Okay, and this hand is going to come this way. And you're going to put your head here. Now squeeze slowly and drive your head in until she taps. Go squeeze, squeeze. There you go. It's all right. It's all right. You did good. You did good. So just try to do 4 more. You did 1. Just do 4 more. Okay. All right. I'll check everyone else. Let her do hers then. Let her do hers. Okay. All right. Good. And then go ahead and do it again. Yep. There. So now put your head right here and then squeeze. Yeah, good. And just do a little bit better job lining your elbow up with the chin. So make sure, because your elbow is like here, make sure that you get it in line with the chin. There, okay, cool. Let me see one more time, Pablo. Good, good. Hide this hand like this. Bring it down there. Bring your head here, and now squeeze. There you go. Good, okay, good. Let me fix your hand a little bit. Looking pretty good. I'm just going to take this hand and I'm going to turn it this way and hide it down there. Now bring your head right here and then squeeze and drive your head in. Squeeze until she taps. Good. Great. Great job. All right. Okay. All right. Did you get your 5? No?
I'm at 2.
Okay. Let me see yours again. Okay, so 2 things. Let's keep the thumbs with the fingers. This looks good. Bring your head next to his head and then squeeze there. Squeeze until it's good. Good job. There you go. This choke will put anybody to sleep in about 4 seconds. Yeah. This choke, if you do this choke right, you will put anybody to sleep. It doesn't matter how big they are in about 4 seconds. Yeah. Cool. All right, everybody get that? Cool. Okay, so now I kind of want to show you like what to do if someone tries to body slam you and you do this choke, right? Like let's say Pablo comes up to me here. I'm going to put this down because it's going to get all messed up. Let's see, hold on. Okay, so let's say, let's sit over there in the corner real quick. All right. So let's say that Pablo comes up behind me. I'm going to get a little bit lower so that, actually, sorry, give me 1 second. I need to run to the restroom. And does anybody need a drink of water? No? Okay. Just take a minute. I'm going to run to the restroom. If anybody needs a water break, take a water break, and I'll be right back.
Get him on, Isaiah. Get him on. Get him on. That's big now. Get
You guys are on camera. You guys are on camera.
They're making out.
You guys are on camera now. Cool. Hey, let me go back.
Okay, let's go ahead and put back on the mats there. All right, and so here's what I was going to show. Like, I'm going to get a little bit lower so that it's not so high, for Pablo. But let's say he's behind me and he's getting this choke. Okay, so Pablo's behind me here and he's getting this choke. I can throw him, I can body slam, right? So I could come here. And swipe real quick, and I can throw him, and then kind of get on top. So if he's behind me and he's trying to do this choke, he's going to want to make sure he doesn't get thrown. So what he's going to do is when he feels me try to throw him, he's going to jump up and get his hooks into my legs right here, and then he's going to be like a monkey on my back. Okay, so watch here. So he's here, he gets the choke. I'm going to try to throw him. And he's just going to hop up and get here. So now he can stay there and I can't throw him, right? Stay tight, stay real tight. He can stay there and I can't really throw him. If I try to throw him, see, he's in the same spot. Yeah, he's got a better position. And he can still try to finish his choke. Go ahead, finish. All right. Okay, cool. So that choke is one of the most dangerous moves in Jiu-Jitsu. And if you memorize this move, like I say, it works on just about everybody. So here we go. Talk me through this. We'll review this, and then we're going to get through some drills for you. So who can tell me first what I do? Bring the arm where?
His neck and
Align the elbow with the chin. Good. Now what's this hand going to do? Tricep. Good. And then what's this hand going to do? So it's higher. Now what do I do with my head? Yeah, because the other thing too is, look, he could headbutt me, boom, and give me a black eye, or knock me out, or whatever. He can headbutt me, yeah. Break my nose, knock out my teeth. So if I keep my head close, then I can finish, and he can't headbutt me, right? Okay, cool. All right. So are we ready to do a little bit of sparring with each other?
Yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet. So let me ask you guys this. Would you prefer to do a round sparring with me, or would you prefer to do a round sparring with each other first?
I would go around.
All right, okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So let's see. I didn't go to Phoenix, I was here. And the reason I was here in
So you just wanted the fresh one?
I needed a break. I needed to take a break. So I took a break, I saw a doctor. Okay, so actually, no, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to, I'm gonna give you a goal. Go ahead and take a seat, and I'll explain to you what our goal is. So what we're gonna try to do, probably, okay, go ahead, sit down and guard. Okay, so I'm going to start you out with one person standing like this and the other person down like where Pablo is. But exactly, don't lay down, sit up the way Pablo is sitting up here. So if you're on top, you've got one job to do, okay? You've got to get past their legs, and you've got to get to either this position that I call side control. So I call this position side control, where I'm past his legs, right? Or the mount. Okay, you got to get to either of these positions. If you're standing on top. If you're on the bottom, so here's the game. If you're on the bottom, you've got to pull him into fully locked guard. So he's going to pull me, and he wraps the legs around the waist, and he's going to wrap his arms around my upper body. Get the arms here too. Okay? So if you're on the bottom, your job is going to be to pull the person in this position. You got to wrap the legs, you got to wrap up the upper body. Okay? If you're on the top, you've got to get past their legs, okay, and you got to get to the side or to the mount. Does that make sense? Everybody understand? Okay. All right. Okay, grab your partners. I'm gonna set a timer for us.
Explain. So one before like this, yeah, one time to one time to class the club. Or no.
Yeah, I watch you guys do this, you know.
Okay, let's see. Go ahead and start. What's that? Okay, yeah, let me reset the timer and then just go ahead and start one down, one up. You guys know what control is, ladies and gentlemen? So, yeah, so remember, if you're on the bottom, your job is to pull her to this position. You gotta get your legs around the waist and you gotta get your arms around the thigh. That's what you gotta do. You're gonna start with stand up. You're gonna start right here. And so first job is gonna be to get around your legs and either down to the side or step over the mountain. Step your leg over. There you go, right there. So if you're on top, that's your job. You gotta get to this position. And if you're on the bottom, you gotta get to the other position that I showed you. All right, let me reset the timer real quick and then we'll do our rounds. Okay, all right, as soon as you hear the bell, you can go. Go ahead and go.
Oh my God. Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Okay, great. Okay, so let the person who's on top go. Switch.
Let us see already. Switch.
Just go again and just switch.
I'm first on that.
You're doing the drill that I said, so just switching or trying to pass start. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the round's gonna start in 5 seconds, so when you know you can start. Okay, 1, 2, go. There you go. Okay, no, go ahead and break there and take a seat. Okay, is this thing still on?